bit of a problem with the glare.
Right.
Hi everyone, I'm Barb Page and this is my partner and colleague Martienne Freeth.
Hi everyone.
We've just decided to do a little snippet because we've had people that are showing a lot of interest in our Self-Managed Super Fund Symposium event with which properties. And there's been some questions that have been asked lately and we just thought we'd answer those and give people a little bit more information about what the day's about. So Marty, did you have some questions?
Well, one of the questions I had was someone rang in asking whether or not the tuition fee would be deductible.
Oh, well, that's always a sticky one because it depends on the circumstances of the person. If you don't have any investments before you come to the seminar, it's very unlikely that it will be tax deductible unless you're investing already. However, if you already have a self-managed super fund, it can be a reimbursement as a trustee's expense out of the super fund. And then whether it's tax deductible will depend on what the super fund is actually doing. Any others? No? Well, I had one. This client emailed us and a couple that are employed and they've got about $60,000 in their super.
Yep.
And they were curious of whether or not they should come along the day because they might not be eligible.
Well, see, a lot of people, that's a very common question. A lot of people ask what's the minimum balance they need in their super fund to establish a self-managed super fund.
Yeah, I think that's what they were alluding to.
Yeah.
So one of the first things you have to do as employees first, if you remember, is to say, well, where's my super now? Where's it going? For example, if you're a government employee or working for the hospital, sometimes you can't roll your super into a self-managed super fund.
No, and education as well, teachers and that sort of thing, a lot of those retail funds, the funds are actually stuck in the super fund until you actually leave that profession.
Yeah. So establish that first. If you're eligible in that respect, well, there's nothing in the legislation, is it? It says how much money you have to have so before you can set one up.
Yes, and I was actually just saying to a client today, the balance in the fund isn't the issue. It's ensuring that you're going to make the fund work so that your income is going to be at least covering the compliance cost of having the self-managed super fund in place.
Yeah, and we've still got 7 months to go before the end of the financial year, so still plenty of time with some of the strategies we're going to be sharing to get the super fund up and running.
Yeah.
And so, sorry?
There was just one other question in relation to bringing your partner.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so we're offering a special price for yourself and your partner. Your partner doesn't necessarily have to be your significant other, but it's a great idea if both of you are there and you're the key decision makers in your self-managed super fund or your investment and wealth creation. So other people can be your partner at the event, but just remember the importance of key decision makers having all the information so that you can actually make a decision.
Exactly. And as I said to this couple that emailed, some of the strategies we're going to be sharing will help them to make an investment decision of whether or not a self-managed super fund is really good for them.
Yep.
So some of the things we're going to be talking about: investing in property, investing in shares, investing in business and or cash. And one of the things we always tell our clients is that they should be looking to get income streams from each of these areas.
Yeah.
And in your whole plan, the self-managed super fund just fits in within the whole
Perfectly.
plan. Perfect.
And in your overall wealth plan, so long-term wealth creation, long-term passive income streams, etc. So the super fund fits nicely into the overall, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, it's just one of the pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah. And in this particular seminar, we're actually concentrating on self-managed super fund. So just imagine that it's your whole plan, and we're going to concentrate on properties and how you can use your self-managed super fund to acquire properties.
And especially taking into account all the exciting changes that have been happening and the fact that self-managed super funds can now borrow, so it suddenly opens up the property market where before it was quite closed because you couldn't have borrowing.
That's
so
right.
Now being able to borrow, it's a huge area now that self-managed super funds can utilise.
It's going to be an absolutely exciting day. One of the things we're suggesting that delegates do is to send us their details, and if they're interested, we're going to do a self-managed super fund makeover on the day.
A super millionaire makeover.
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic.
And because we're holistic, investors and teach our clients to be holistic, we've got a surprise at the end of the day.
Yes, and
So you've got to come along just to see that.
Yes.
So come along and join us for the day. I think you'll have a blast.
See you there.
Bye.
That's 5 minutes.